and only MrSan44Man, and you're tuned into the Detroit Raw Live right here on ventradio.net. What's been going on, world? Hey, it's been a whole very busy week this week, and we getting ready to get right into the thick of things right now. Dublin, Ireland, good morning to you at 12:02 a.m. Panama City, good evening to you at 7:02 p.m. Sydney, Australia at 11:02 a.m. Tokyo, Japan, good morning to you at 9:02 a.m. Good evening or good morning, Beijing. Beijing is out there doing some things pretty good. Moscow, good morning to you at 3:02 a.m. Paris, France, 1:02 a.m. London, England, 12:02 a.m. Good evening, New York. I'm live here, I'm live here. And should most people be doing live? Or should people really go back to doing pre-recording? Because it's a difficult situation when you're trying to do live. Get accuracy. A lot of things are not pinpointed accurately. And we're going to launch off there. Shout out to SpaceX. He was Elon Musk genius. He got Tesla out there in space playing David Bowie. Can you believe that? We got a Tesla out there in space. And the rockets all synchronized like the Olympics. Shout out to the Olympics. The Olympics is the first day today for the Winter Olympics in Seoul, Korea. And we got all our athletes of top caliber coming out of the United States that will be in Seoul, Korea. And go U.S. And shouts out to the should I say it to him? Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Can we get a round of applause? Come on, those boys went out there and did their thing. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. They beat the Patriots. Who are they? Who? They had a liquor store in Detroit on Plymouth and Myers. My name is Reginald Robertson, 17-year-old. The two ladies, Shania McCoy and Eric Osborne, were two ladies that took his life. Now, the reason being for this was over something very simple, like somebody didn't like the fact that they were overweight, and people were out there talking about, the little kids, 7 years old, they silly, said they were uncomfortably built. By them saying that, they didn't appreciate it, so they left the store and drove around last year, February.
I worked at the time, and I had just saw those young men on ward earlier that day, and, they were just outside chilling, whatever. Then when I looked at the news, I'm like, wait, come on. Are you serious? So it was over what?
Yeah. And before we go any further, shout out, ladies and gentlemen, to Sonya. Sonya just had her birthday last week.
I found the applause.
Mr. Sam, give herself a round of applause. Sonya had her birthday last week. Mr. Sam44Man came in with a nice little meal I prepared for her today. And so I hope she enjoys that or get a chance to. And the situation was he went into the store and with some other people in the store. They were, I guess they were diking together or whatever, Sorry for this case.
Ladies were diking.
I didn't say that, but they said that the women was together. Okay. While they were in the store, some people were making fun of their bodies. And the little, like I said, the young man was in there.
Allegedly.
Well, I mean, witnesses did say that, but allegedly, through us, radio, allegedly was said that he laughed about the comments that somebody had stated. And the ladies left the store, got back in their vehicle, went back around, angled themselves, and shot him. And killed him right there. Shania McCoy mean, we dying faster than flies die.
That's crazy.
And they supposed to have a small life expectancy, but you know that place in the city, but this is nothing. Um, there's also man that threatened Detroit officers. Uh, near you, Littleton, 41, pled guilty to making a terrorist threat for posting threats on the internet to Detroit police officers online last year in July 2016. He'll be sentenced April 10th, and he's facing up to 20 years in prison for the offense. So I wonder how he's feeling right now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know you might want to defend something against the police department, but there could have been other ways that you could have satisfied that matter. Now you're searching, you're really searching yourself now because you're looking at about up to 20 years for that. And this one here falls close to home with me. This next issue, tenant kills landlord. That was your man, MrSan44Man. That was my niece's husband that was killed. Allegedly. Him and the tenant, which was supposed to be slash handyman, allegedly, these are off the streets, because I got questioned on this shit too. The handyman with the shotgun shot him in the commission of them having a fight altercation within the home. Reports from witnesses that were in the community stated that they heard the shots, but neighbors were afraid by the shots and did not investigate until several hours later. Now, he was laying in the middle of the street, and people, and you know, people, this is going right back to the topic that I'm going to discuss. Is it fame or is it shame? Because the neighbors started screaming live with his body in the fucking street, and nobody went out there to help him, and he stayed out there for several hours in that street. The people, when they seen him, they started posting live, talking about, and this is what I know from family. They was posting live. That's how the mother got wind of what was going on. People, family members, start seeing it live, and noticed this is his truck. This is a body out here, and nobody tended to cover him up. Nobody was respectable about it. It was just doggy dog, and you know, you had no sense of dignity for this man and his family that didn't even have a clue of what was going on. So, you know, we'll get back to that. Jamil Hunt was 31 years old, and this happened on the Detroit East Side after Mr. Hunt was shot by the tenant slash alleged handyman. And we had no neighbor participation. Neighbors were afraid. So
I know that there was a shooting on the east side this week, and Kimberly Craig and one of the other personnel from the news said they had to stop, and actually someone else had been shot and ran up to them to ask them to call the police and get them help. So, I mean,
doing a broadcast?
Kimberly Craig and the other staffer was there to do the story on the one person getting shot.
Okay.
And they actually noticed a person coming at them saying, "Please help me," and it was someone else that had been shot and was seeking help, seeking them to call the police department.
See, we wild, ladies and gentlemen. We wild around this world. I just don't even know what to say. After I come off this final story, we're going to hit a Fit Radio promo. Anybody out there got them some gym shoes, some Jordans, some Adidas, some Nikes? Because Foot Locker caper went down in the city of Detroit. The Foot Locker on Davidson and Linwood got broken into yesterday morning around 3 a.m. Police were called to the store to find multiple subjects when bystanders, I believe, called in and said that the Foot Locker was being robbed, massive looting, and right now police doesn't know how much was taken at this location. But stand by. I'm sure somebody's going to be walking around in the hood with some new pair of Jordans. Like, how you get them new Jordans and you ain't got no damn job? They fell off this guy. Okay, the Michael Jordan Spirit, give it to you. All right. Hit me up with a print or Vent promo. It doesn't matter. Anything that says Vent Radio. Want to do Fat Baby, Fat Me, Vent Radio, anybody. I got a lot of them. Let's do one. It's your man, the one and only MrSan44Man. Shouts out to everybody out there. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. And, hey, we got to get on this issue here. This one here is it's a little bit too much. A little bit deep. A little bit deep. Now, did you hear that, Fat Baby? He gonna be like, okay, Diddy, I heard my grandma. Yeah, that's my little man, Fat Baby. He helps me out with my little promo that I do weekly. He got interested into this live streaming, and that's the subject of our topic today. Streaming live, is it fame or is it shame? We have a lot of situations that have been going on live recently. One is so deplorable. I really don't want to speak on it, but it must be spoken on because some difficult subject matters are difficult. I don't even want to call him a man, but a fool got on live and streamed something with a 6-year-old child. Younger than that? Allegedly, we don't know the age allegedly, but yet and still, it was a child. And I've also heard that he's been dealt with, so we don't know about that either. But that's the word I've been hearing. He's already been dealt with. He streamed it at one, and he was dealt with a little few hours after that in jail or something. So the thing I'm saying is, you know, when we get on here, whether it be our cell phone, whether it be our iPad, whether it be anything that you can stream with, what do you tend to get out of it? My fame. I got my videos. I do my radio show. I'm doing it to bring awareness to things. So I'm doing it on the same perspective, the green light, showcasing that. But some people just really get on there for what? Sonny, what's one of the biggest attractions that's on YouTube, Facebook?
I guess they get that instant gratification. They get to feel like I think the fame, you know, or the illusion of fame.
Okay, here's the situation. Here's fame for your ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to walk into my neighborhood with a gun. I'm about to be streaming live. I'm about to say, I'm about to go to this fool's house with this heater, bang, bang, bang. I'm about to knock on the door. I got my gang over here, and we gonna beat that bitch ass. Now, you just opened yourself up to assault, terrorist threat, possession of a felony firearm while getting ready to commit a felony, multiple charges. Yeah, you famously done, because you about to do some time.
Yeah, but I don't know, for whatever reason, at that moment, that's not going through, it doesn't seem as if it hurts their mind. People get excited by the fact that a couple of hundred people are going to see me and I'm in my glory, I'm having my moment, can't nobody take this from me, and it's like, stop,
Do you know what?
stop.
Me and Glenn argue every week or every other day about the situation. It don't matter how many views you get, man. It's what you doing on the radio views and the radio viewerships that count. And I be like, well, damn, the views, you know.
I mean, when you're looking at it from a business and a marketing perspective, it's totally different. I mean, just having somebody like, but then they're not spending any money with you, or they're not bringing in any additional business for you, or taking you to any other level in your platform. That like means what?
Nothing. But I mean, the thing of it is, if you have a regular day job, when you go to that job and you work, you expect what at the end of the week?
A paycheck.
Okay, so if you're an entrepreneur or you into whatever you're into, expecting to feed your family at the end of the week.
And that he brings up an interesting conversation too, because a lot of things that I see y'all do out here, you can't work for an establishment like Rally's, Little Caesars Arena, and do what you do. You cannot walk onto a platform where you're representing somebody that feeds you and roll a damn blunt.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. I mean, it's a great topic you have because it has become a problem.
A real problem.
You know, but when you have full-fledged adults doing these ignorant things, what do you think that the children are going to do? I mean, you know, I've had to tell grown people, listen, don't just cut your camera on around me without asking my permission.
I hate that.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, I know that we live in this age of technology, but it still shouldn't have to be the age of stupidity.
Right.
So, I don't blame the kids because the adults aren't being adults. Just because that's like if you walking around with a news camera in your truck, if you work for the news. Well, the news don't just jump out and turn their cameras on and just start shooting anything. They're on a job that they're going to cover a particular thing. But now, you got people just thinking that or feeling that you can just randomly, and you can if it's in the public domain, you can just film some things that's in the public domain. As terrible as you think that it was about the young man who was videotaped during his murder. Well, here's the thing. He was on the public street. He's part of the public domain. Now, was that tacky? Well, it depends on how you look at it. Because you say in one instance, you want to be able to show crime so it can help the people. If someone gets hurt, then they have a record of what happened to help this person be captured. But then on the other hand, when it hits you directly, you look at it disrespectful because it's your loved one. But it's really all the same thing.
Yeah, I know. You talking about the fire that just gets smothered out but doesn't totally get put out. I understand that, but at least you know we trying to smother it, but you know it makes me. It much as I try to show people that what we're doing is so idiotic. Look the way our children, the babies, 3, 4 years old, talking like they 30 and 40 years old. What the hell is going on?
That's just a baby. Who do you think?
Right, well, I understand. That's what I'm saying. The parents.
Yeah.
But then if you got, okay, prime example, you got a young mother, young father, trying to find their little own asses, okay? And now you got this seed out here.
But it even goes to, in today's age, see, it even goes beyond that. Because when we were younger people, the thing was, if a young man and a young woman had a child, and they pretty much didn't know what they were doing, well, they could call on grandma or big mama
Right.
or family to help in and try to help raise this child properly. Well, now there is no big mama.
Right.
Right. And shit, grandmama is 35 and still trying to hit the club her damn self.
And she's 35 and she's silly on top of it. So when you try to examine these kind of issues, you have to go back to the root of the problem.
And do you feel like we should be? I know it's almost impossible. It really is impossible. But what about when we going? You know, Miss Johnson, Mr. Wilson. You know what I'm saying? You had to have your ass
She
in.
doesn't exist.
We didn't have this tag.
And didn't have anything.
Remember the landline?
That's just technology. It has nothing to do with it. No, man. It has nothing. We've always had technology. Don't be.
Well, look, black folks just really got hooked up with getting on the internet.
That's not serious. Listen, man. There has always been technology in America.
Right.
First you had the radio. Then you had the black and white TV. Then you had the color TV. Then you had the 8-track tape players and recorders. You had Polaroid cameras. There has always been technology.
Yeah, but it's never been so prevalent like this. You took your Polaroid camera, I took your picture, we had to go to Photo Mart, Rite Aid, get the picture processed. But see, now I can do and whoop, and your ass is out there.
They have changed, but the fact that
that's what I'm saying, accessibility.
Yeah, but misuse of anything turns into chaos.
Yeah, because it was problems with pictures and photos and things like that, Tesla station.
I would never have as a kid, and I used to be the family photographer when I was a kid. Knew better. You'd snap a picture of my mother when she wasn't ready. Well, guess what? That mother now wants her picture snapped at any time.
Okay.
She wants to. She doesn't mind if she's put out here and looking ratchet.
And what do you think about that? People that really that's older than us, that are really getting involved. I'm talking about grandmama. And I was watching this segment on YouTube, and the grandmama was standing behind her granddaughter, and she was speaking to the grandmama, and she said, "Oh, come on, mama, you ain't nothing but a thought." She said, "What?" And then she walked up and smacked her. But I was like, how could you get out there and stream live and call your grandmama a thought?
Well, let me ask you this.
That hoe over there is my grandmama?
Let me ask you this. Are you in support of it, or do you think that...
In support of what? Live streaming? Or...
Technology, the way that technology is being used?
No, because I think it's raggedy. I think it's immature. A lot of people is irresponsible. And to be able to watch because they want to take their life, do something perverted, want to hurt somebody because your feelings hurt, I don't support that. No.
Well, I'm not. That's really not my question, because you're not the governing body over what people
Right.
can do.
Right.
My question was simply, are you pro or con? And because you can't be both.
Well, I mean, for some instances, I guess I can say pro because I do broadcast, but I know what to broadcast. But the con is not every what I do. You got some people just be on there like, I got this chili, and I'm broadcasting live.
Well, see,
You gonna get famous on your chili?
again,
You ain't show me how to prepare it. You ain't show me how to make it.
but
You see what I'm saying? It's a concept to what you're gonna do when you're trying to market or put yourself out there. I mean, you've seen these pictures, so I know if you have too. I mean, people be photoing like, oh, this gonna be in Better Homes and Gardens, and you be like, what?
and something. If you can seek fame, everybody else can seek fame too now. The problem is that there's levels to this.
Yeah.
And now the bar has been set so low. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right though. The bar's been set so
There's a
damn
lot
low.
of, I mean, there's a lot of people that I do business with in my field and in our field that I wouldn't, I mean, personally, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't be bothered with them because they're just not ready. But because of technology and them and the misuse of technology, they think that they're ready, and it's not just happening in everyday society. It's happening in the movie business. It's happening in the record business. It's happening at the entertainment industry because now, I mean, look at reality shows. Those women, in my opinion, aren't talented at all, but people watch it.
Ain't that something?
Get the perception of making.
What you say? Get the perception they make.
Yeah, but how many of them do we see on it after they do a reality show? They on a Von, how you pronounce her name? Ayana Van Zandt. Yeah. Then they need her to pay their life.
Yeah, right,
because,
right.
Let's face it, real life does not involve cameras.
But does anybody want what's real? They watch the reality shows knowing that most of them, well, all of them are rehearsed.
But yeah, how do you
Scripted, straight scripted, straight
so
scripted.
it's like, do you really want what's real?
But how do you even believe that that's reality?
Because I just can't believe we that damn angry.
Forget being that angry. Everybody in Georgia got a marble kitchen. Everybody in Georgia got marble kitchens and business.
Yeah.
Is that reality?
Everybody
wakes up with makeup on.
Because everybody that I've talked to from Atlanta say that there are a lot of people coming there to try to live up to that image. Like you have people walking out, they want to be, they got the Indian hair, they got the lashes, they got all of this.
But
to go to the market because they
that reality.
I mean, no, I don't feel like it is, but for them, that's what they're trying to create as if it is their reality. They're trying to exist in that as if it's reality. I guess I'm trying to.
Yeah, but here's the difference, and I don't want to make it a racial thing, but when you watch the Housewives of Orange County, well, these folks are wealthy for real. These other folks on these black reality shows, they just pop up out of nowhere. And everybody's doing okay. Well, everybody in my neighborhood ain't doing okay. You got a few folks might be doing okay, but everybody? How is that reality? Whose reality is that?
Their own reality.
But it's like, the reason that I say is, are you pro or con? Because
You can I be neutral?
well, how can you be? And you always
Because I produce. That's what I do. But I don't just go out shooting fires because the fire's there. I don't just go shooting behind the scenes of the Transformers because it's there.
Well,
I don't go.
Some would say that you are.
Well, thank you for tuning in. That's all I can tell you.
So now,
out of all 3,000.
So guess
thank
what?
you.
So guess what these people are saying who going live on their phones? Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, yeah,
They're saying the same thing that you're saying.
yeah. Because when I started, I didn't know how to start because I seen the media always come in my neighborhood, and I didn't like just coming in the neighborhood, just like this story here with my niece. Don't come and give me 10 or 5 minutes of what you want to say, and then Susie Now, world, get ready for this. In case you didn't know, these women or these models of these women's life will be on Sports Illustrated in the swimsuit edition, the very edition that lures all kind of men all around the USA of America. And on top of that, they're going nude. No clothes at all. I wonder what Dr. Larry Nassar is saying right now when he's doing 260 years because he touched somebody, didn't penetrate nobody. I'm sure that Russell Simmons and all these powerful men have said, you said I touched you inappropriately, ready to go on Sports Illustrated and nude with writing on you
And where is the
and say,
correlation
look at me.
between
Don't advertising me campaign, girl. You now me too, at me too. But if it happened to you too, what was wrong with this?
Sandman?
What was wrong with that?
Sandman, do you understand that?
No, I don't. Because if you say a person raped you by a strip club, well, it confuses me a little bit.
Well, let me try to unconfuse you.
Okay.
Firstly, you're mixing apples with oranges. Dr. Nassar was fondling children. That's the first thing.
Didn't all these other women say they were fondled too? Yes. They said they were raped too? Yes. That's how they came up with it too.
Sandman, those were young in the offense.
Man, they had women up there for 30, 40 years old. 30, 40 years that shit happened.
That's because it's 20 years later.
Do you believe them?
That's neither here nor there whether I believe them. That's no.
Do you think that they should have started the campaign?
Man, that has my personal opinion is irrelevant.
No, I'm saying it went across America.
A grown woman that's making a paycheck for taking nude pictures has nothing to do with nothing.
Her saying, I've been fondled.
Sandman.
Or I've been taken advantage of.
If Sonia pulled her top off right here, right now, that doesn't mean that we can touch her. That's not what that means. People have been doing provocative things since the beginning of time. I think what you don't understand is that these women who take these pictures for these magazines, that's how they're making money.
These are the victims. But they're writing on their bodies to identify who they are.
And the message is,
I'm naked and now I got artificial in that too.
No, the message is, just because I'm naked doesn't mean that you have the right to touch me.
They were fully clothed. These women there was no woman that said I was butt naked. They said I was raped, I was fondled, I was humiliated. There was none that said I was butt naked. The movie, getting a part, which got me 2, 3, 4 Academy Awards, when I could have sit there with my Academy Award and Grammy every year that I scored and then didn't say one word. But then I'll go to a major magazine and say, look at me now.
What I can say,
I don't understand.
as
Tell me,
a
Sonia.
person that
As
has
a
been
woman.
raped in my lifetime, I can say that there's a difference between me choosing to do something and someone taking away my choice. I was raped as a little girl, and later in years when I decided to have sex, I had people with that same mentality, like, how could you now have sex? Because didn't you say you was raped? Or how do I know you didn't like it then? And I felt like, how dare you? Here, somebody took this from me, made the choice for me that I was going to have sex before I even knew what sex was. So later in my life, when I decide that this is what I want to do, I made that decision. Nobody took that decision. Nobody made that decision for me. But I still was judged even then, even though I was a grown woman then, I still was judged like, oh, well, you wasn't too mad about being raped. You out here sleeping with this guy. And then if they saw me on the day, oh, well, she really is a hoe. I got called a whole bunch because people were upset that I came forth about being raped against somebody that they appreciated. And I was a kid. So the same way like these girls that you were talking about that were raped by this man or fondled and molested, they didn't make a choice to let that happen.
Well, I just feel like, though,
from them. And so later in life as an
it's
adult,
I mean, I'm just looking at this,
Yeah, but
everybody just come out every day.
But
Everybody,
here's the
every
thing,
day.
it's, now they're feeling free to come out and talk about this. As a minister, I talk to people in church, and I can think of one time where I asked just a general question, if there's anyone here that has been sexually assaulted or abused in any kind of way, come to the altar for prayer. There was men that came to the altar, young, old, all type of ages of people that came and said, I've been abused, I've been touched. Even the pastor had to come down and say, me too.
well, let's
And
not kid ourselves.
this is not new.
You know, I don't know what happened with these women and these men, but I know this. I know my industry, and I know what powerful men can do inside of payment industry.
Absolutely.
So if you're not inside of it, well, it may seem a bit strange to you, but it happens every day, all day. Women have been being positioned to be taken advantage of. I mean, but I mean, this is nothing. Now, whether they telling this, who knows?
And that's the thing, I'm just saying, who knows?
Yeah, but
All I'm seeing is a lot of different body language.
But the thing that you can't do, the thing that you
And can't say that they did.
responsibly,
Right.
is say, and then when you're going to make comparisons, you have to compare apples to apples. Nobody, Playboy been doing nude pictures since the last 100 years.
All I'm saying is, and here it goes again.
But Hugh Hefner was
All
an
this-
old hero, wasn't he?
I just been watching the body language of these women, and a lot of them are not strong. A lot of them are weak. A lot of hugging. A lot of activity is going on with them now. Like when they did that for time women of year or whatever, when they was all sitting down. Why couldn't they all just sit down with their hands right there? Why did Oprah have to be hugging this woman? I gotta be kissing her. Because the message that is sent.
Yeah, it's a message of solidarity. That's the message.
And we ain't never had solidarity.
Man.
We ain't never had no solidarity.
Man, my question for you, I've heard you speak a bit, a few times, about the women, and I know where you're going into.
I mean by body language.
My question is the men that have actually committed these crimes, that have actually assaulted these women.
If they committed them.
Right. If you had committed these crimes, let me ask yourself this. You looked at it like, hey, okay, probably not. The president's right-hand man just socked his two ex-wives. One of them that he said he took a picture and sent to the media. Why would you do that incriminating type of shit when you was going to jail? Now, if it was me that did that to my ex-wife or my wife, I'd go to jail.
Yeah, but
He
because
had
it was
clearance.
incriminating or because it was just wrong?
Because it was wrong, period.
Oh, okay.
But powerful men gonna change laws. You gotta understand, these men change the law.
We're not talking about law.
No, I'm saying powerful men change laws. Women have not been in the position.
So
really,
women
to me, women, white men are first, white women are second, Latinos are third. No, Asians are third, Latinos are fourth, and black people are sixth because you got the category of the feed and
Wait a
chain.
minute.
The feed and chain.
No, but here's the thing. If you so opinionated on what happened or what allegedly happened to these women, what problem is it that these women deciding to, if they was holding hands singing Kumbaya, offend you?
It doesn't offend me. I said it's a sign of the message. You don't have to be getting ready to go off a damn cliff before you just pass the sign that says you're about to go off a cliff. You don't have to go into a zone that says do not enter and get killed before you realize
So
that it's signs that you see
So is your message
that you keep noticing.
So is your message that these women have prior knowledge to these powerful men wanting them to sleep with them to get parts in movies?
Yes, I do. I feel some of them did.
Okay.
Yes, I feel.
Okay, and that's fair. But guess what? woman has ever come in your face and wanted to be with you because she needed a rent paid, you should, the whole thing behind it is what these women are trying to say is no more. See, when you a young girl, just like when you a young boy, you do foolish things because you are young. But now these women are middle-aged women that are with daughters and have power themselves and finance. So now they have. I mean, Oprah's probably the most powerful black woman in America, probably. So you need to understand.
But she won't say a damn thing against Quincy Jones, and we'll get to that in the last second. Hey, didn't I say that social media is something else, ain't it? I was looking at
yeah, but I was watching you when you went live earlier,
and I said, look at this.
I'm trying to figure out, are you against these women saying that these men did these terrible things, or are you against these men doing terrible things to women?
I'm like this, and I'm on both levels, because first of all, me being a black man and you being a black man, you knew there was no way in God's green earth there many women could make this long in the stretch. First woman would have said, Dan or Sandman did this to me. She'd have told somebody else, our asses would have been in handcuffs.
You're not a powerful white man.
Okay, but then let's put it out there like that.
It's already out there like that.
Say what you say. But the thing is, these powerful white men now are just stepping down with no charge.
Well, maybe they're stepping down because they actually did something and they're trying to do damage control.
No, he's saying that the black man did, the black man to be charged, but the white men are doing it and they just get to step down.
Well, that's first of all, we got to understand something there. We got to be informed about the things that we talk about. That's the first thing.
If I hear Russell Simmons sit there and say that
did Russell Simmons step down?
No, he didn't.
He
didn't.
Yes.
No, he didn't step down because of her. He said he stepped down because of his company. He wanted to keep the reputation of his work.
That's why he stepped down.
But this woman sitting back said, you raped her, man.
Listen, man. Listen. A woman can allege anything. A woman can allege anything. The woman she went to the authorities. There's a record of this woman going to the authorities. But oftentimes what women are trying to tell us is that sometimes they do the right thing and it gets pushed to the back of the pile because of who they saying did it.
But see, I don't want you to take it, and I don't want anybody to take it in different context as to, I'm not saying that this is a woman, dark, late at night, getting off a bus, walking home alone, getting molested, found, or raped. I'm not saying that at all. These are women living in multi-million-dollar homes.
Now,
multiple awards. See, if you didn't like the business of being touched by your boss, what do, Sonia? If you don't want to be messed around with your boss, you don't work for your boss for 40 years, get all the pat on the back, all the fame, all the claim, and then say because somebody ain't getting what you getting, and say, well, girl, I ain't getting it like that. He molested me. He did this to me. What? Girl, we gonna get together on this. Not everybody you can't fire everybody. But the thing that you're putting out is y'all winning multiple awards. Nobody stood on one of those award shows and said, I want to say Harvey Weinstein raped me in front of everybody on national TV.
Do you know why they don't?
And then another woman came and said that, and another woman, and all the women stood up and started to come up on stage at that time of live broadcast and make allegations against that man. What could you say then? I could have understood that.
It's not the way things work.
Because you want your job. You don't want to work at McDonald's.
And guess what?
If I'm being
and you would want
if
your
I'm
job.
being disrespected on my job, whether it's because of the color of my
have gotten accustomed to being disrespected in America, right?
Mhm.
And you still figure out a way to get from your house to the studio to do your show, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you can still figure out how to try to make the best out of a bad situation, then why can't you understand people who are making decisions that may not be, in your opinion or my opinion, to be great decisions? Well, guess what? The reality in America is you're going to be positioned to make a decision on what you want out of life. That's America. This doesn't just happen. If your wife don't give you none, you might not pay the rent. It's the same thing with these ladies are saying. They're saying, I'm a good actor, but no matter how good I am, and this dude, I don't get the part.
And then if you're not in that situation, like I had a situation where let's see, and then
How many times? Wait, sorry, now listen. How many times have you been with the fellas, and one of these dudes saying, "Man, my girl ain't, she won't give me no head." So you know what? I'm cutting her ass off. How many times have you heard that? I've heard it a million times. That's why I always say that whether you married or whatever relationship you in, you steal somebody's trick. You may not want to be. You don't. You sit back and say, I don't do no tricking. But guess what? If you married and you taking care of your wife and your children and them bills, guess what? At the end of the day,
use the trick.
see, that's what I'm saying, man.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, that's what. When y'all at the point to where it's gonna just, you're not gonna still pay her bills. You're gonna look for another woman. So I understand that it is frustrating that all this stuff is coming out, but that's what the evolution is about. Things have to start to happen in order to get change.
Well, when our goddamn evolution gonna happen? When our revolution gonna happen?
It's not a revolution. It's just a thing on the planet Earth. And the truth is going to surface to the top no matter what.
Everything that happens in the dark.
So if these ladies are being untruthful, guess what? Then they will have to deal with that in some form or fashion. But if they are being truthful, you can only suppress the truth for so long.
I just didn't like the way it went down because everybody, this initially started with a black man.
What would you do? What would you do to get the Detroit Raw Live show syndicated throughout the world? What would you do? If somebody gave you the phone call right now and said, you know what, MrSan44Man, we want to take you nationally, globally, around the world with your show. But you know what we want you to do? We want you to lay up with Queen Elizabeth's corpse. What would you do?
I don't even like that. Racist looking. You talking about the course.
So guess what? But there's somebody that says, you know what? For my career, for my job, for my future, I'll do what I need to do to get where I'm going. It shouldn't be nothing new to you. Black women have been doing it since slavery. When they had to lay up with their master, they didn't want to lay up with their master. They had to lay up with their master so the master wouldn't kill their husband, man, that they really loved.
That would be something very, very hard to digest for me. Because I would have to be killed because I can't see it.
Yeah, but guess what? It's the same thing, man. It's just in these times, it's the same soup warmed over. Women, just like black people, women couldn't vote in this country at one time.
Yeah.
So I don't know how, I watched you when you went on earlier live, and I said, well, what is this rubbing this dude the wrong way about what these women are doing? All these women are doing is saying, we can do what the hell we want to.
I just heard allegations. I've been raped, groped, touched, forced my clothes off.
you $1 million, you ain't gonna take it?
Why would I be going on there now?
That's not the question. The question was.
That would be my question. What is the purpose of MrSan44Man?
We want a bald-head black man on the cover, naked, and we want to give him $1 million.
First of all, half of your thing ain't gonna be long enough to catch my whole
Oh my
body.
God!
What about us black men? Right.
Oh, my God.
I might get somebody fired.
You got to deal with the reality of things. I mean,
You're in the bottom of your show.
you know, you got to deal with the reality of things. You know, you saying, why would this woman allege this and then go do a nude spread? She trying to get paid like everybody else.
I could go for that. I could go for you because now we pay. Oh, they're getting contracts. Somebody wants them. Somebody wants their story. Somebody's gonna get the money. They even talking about the Spice Girls supposed to be coming back, and the white girl about to get more money than everybody. I'm like, the Spice Girls for real?
Before you leave, what was you gonna say?
Right here. You know, for Quincy Jones, and it has been confirmed. It said, and I state from Richard Pryor's ex-wife, yes, he did have sex with Richard Pryor, and he confirms Marlon Brando. She's clarifying what Quincy Jones said, and it's a wild revelation. A lot of people didn't know that this allegation by his ex-wife, but she said she wasn't shot. This is by TMZ. Check TMZ out. They will let you know. I don't believe it. I said allegedly. His ex-wife said that, and also was alleged Alex Baldwin and Marvin Gaye was a part of thing. But they said if Richard Pryor was living right now, he'd be like, hey, well, I'm glad you like being up in me, because that's why I'm up in you.
Anybody can say what somebody would say.
Right.
Don't nobody know what nobody would say.
I could have left that in the grave with these people. Alex Baldwin, maybe he's still alive, but Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye, I think that he should have just left that, what he did. But it's your man. We'll get back next week. Infusion is next because I know I done dropped some bombs on y'all, and y'all gonna need to get y'all mind right. Hey, I'll see y'all next week. The one and only MrSan44Man, and I will have my tuxedo on because it's gonna be my birthday next Friday. 52 in the house. I'll see you right here at bigradio.net next Thursday, 7 p.m. with your man, the one and only MrSan44Man. Take me out of here, Sonya.